Families everywhere are grappling with how best to manage digital devices and screen time, and more governments around the world are looking at social media bans for teens. But for this month at least, we're going to take a closer look at how best to support parents and kids with technology use in a way that's both intentional and mindful. We're going to focus now on some strategies for balance and boundaries with digital parenting expert Dr. Elizabeth Milovidov. Elizabeth, hi. It's always great to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you, Jeannie. It is always so much fun to be here with you and to
So,
share tips for families.
exactly. So, Elizabeth, let's start with those tips. We all heard about dry January, where people swore off alcohol for a month, but now I've been hearing a lot more about off February. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so this is really exciting. It's an off movement. It's global network. It was started by Diego Hidalgo. He is someone who went to Cambridge, and he's really intentional. He wants us to think about how technology must serve humanity and not how humanity must serve technology. And so this is as I said, a global movement where you're really just going to commit to 28 days of intentional, and I do say intentional social media use. So unlike dry January, which can be a total, ban, or unlike some of the bans that we're hearing around the world, this is not just everything off. This is just being intentional and purposeful.
Okay, so let's get into the details of all of this. How do you join that off movement in a way that is intentional and purposeful?
Yeah, so there is the website. I think we just saw it on the screen. And the website, again, you sign up, you join, and it's 28 days, but you can set your level of intention. And you can also, like I said, look around and find different areas in your community where you can join. But let's just go a little bit further. So I think the first thing you need to do is to decide your off level. Like, how much do you want to be off? Because this can be kind of tough, Jeannie. So you can pick the classic version where you just say, okay, we're going to delete all social media apps. You can do a gentle version where you're going to keep one or two of your essential platforms, if I say it like that. But you have to remove the rest of them from your phone. That's a key point. And then the family version is just, having your teenagers speak with you and you all agree to keep it off your phone or laptops only, what have you. The second step is that you're going to do a kickoff, right? So it's just a short way to check in. And with this check-in, you are going to be talking with your family. And Jeannie, I've been saying conversation for a very long time. So this is what we're talking about. You're going to sit down with your family and you're going to say, why are we doing this? What do we hope to notice by March 1st? And you're going to be thinking about feelings and is your sleep better? Are there less family struggles? So this is all going to a good place. The third step is to take some concrete steps today. So that means, and I know that it's February 3rd, so you're not behind, you're not late, but go ahead and remove or log out of social apps on your phone. Choose where you can check, because sometimes you might need to check your social media. So choose, make it intentional. If it's in the morning, if it's at lunchtime, and just give yourself a small little break. And Jeannie, something so important is to tell your circle, because you don't want family and friends freaking out thinking, why can't they get a hold of us? So you have to let them know what you're doing. I also think it's crucial to fill this space with purpose, right? This is like what we do with anything. If we're going to stop eating chocolate, then we're going to start wanting to do something else, like some activities. So it's the same thing here. If you are taking away your social media, if you're just going to be bored, then you know it's going to drive you back, because you're going to want to scroll. You're going to want some activities. We're not doing that here. We're going to make some short goals, reading goals, offline activity goals, a list of micro activities, things that we can do in our family, just in case we get a little sidetracked. And I'm almost there. The fifth thing I want you to do is to use some boundaries. This is all that I've been saying for the past 12 years with Eugenie, is balance and boundaries, right? So throughout this month of February, you're going to keep those apps off your phone. And like I said, that's the big one. And if you have to check in on a computer, set pre-times and really stick to it. And how can you do this? You can use a little calendar. You can use a Post-it note. So that way the entire family can see and you can check off the accomplishment, because we all want gold stars. And I want you to notice how you feel after those days with less social media. This is really important to tune in. And for families specifically, Here's a good one. I want you to explain to them that this is not punishment, that we are really just trying to do this. This is an experiment. This is being intentional. You're going to be a role model yourself. And at the end of each week, I want you to say, what did you like about this week? You can do that classic Jeannie. I don't know if you do it in your house about, the rose, the thorns, the bud. What was so rosy? What was kind of thorny? What was the challenge? And the bud is what were the opportunities? So you can try all of these tips to get you through the month of February.
Elizabeth, those are really fantastic tips. And it does sound very straightforward, but you have teens at home. I have teens at home. And we know how difficult it is to be tempted by screens, not just them, but us as well, grown-ups as well. I mean, what advice would you share with families for all of this to stay on track?
Well, it's always the same, Jeannie. I know that this is a challenge. Digital parenting is huge. And so I'm saying, don't be so hard on yourself. If you mess up one day, it's okay. You can start again the next day. The important thing is to step back a little bit, give yourself some perspective, role model for your children, and each day can truly be a reset. And really, as I always say, parents, you have so got this. Believe it.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for telling us all about the Off February movement. Good luck to all of you out there if you are doing it this month. Good luck to both of us, Elizabeth and myself as well, as we try this big challenge.
Right?
We'll touch base in about a month to see if it worked out. That was our digital parenting.
Jeannie, this is on. We're on.
We got it. Digital parenting expert Elizabeth Malavidov on France 24. Elizabeth, thank you so much. You are watching